last 81 years, the name O'Mara in Denver has been synonymous with Ford and success. The Rocky Mountain State has had its share of Ford dealerships, but only one can boast a founder who worked on Ford's first assembly line. In 1913, Al O'Mara Sr., after an erroneous diagnosis of tuberculosis, traded in Detroit's cold and damp for the sunny skies of Colorado. What Detroit lost was soon to become one of Colorado's most enterprising and fastest-growing automotive dealerships. O'Mara Sr., a former country school teacher, started working for the Ford Motor Company for $1 a day in Detroit in 1906, when the fledgling automotive industry was struggling to convince consumers that cars were more than just a passing fancy.
Dad having come here in 1913, the city had expanded to the point that Ford wanted to establish dealerships. And one was in Littleton, and one was going to be in Aurora, and there was going to be a downtown one. And with his being the lead salesman, he got his choice of where he wanted to be, and that was downtown. And the district manager said to him, "Gosh, there's nothing but streetcars going by that Civic Center thing." And he said, "Those are my clientele."
O'Mara believed tramway riders were the best source of prospects and often boarded the tram to strike up conversations with the riders, who eventually became his customers. Now called O'Mara Ford Center, located in the Denver suburb of North Glen, the 81-year-old store survived 2 world wars, the Great Depression, and numerous recessions.
Well, my father was a very far-sighted individual, and he was optimistic, not foolishly optimistic at all. He said, "We'll make it through in the parts business and the service business, and with the ration, the automobile." So he bought as many as he could get, and he felt that would keep our company alive, which it did.
Today, O'Mara Ford Center maintains its standing in sales, currently ranking in the top 5% of all U.S. Ford dealerships. Of the 6 original Ford dealerships awarded in Denver, O'Mara Ford is the only one left standing, and proudly so. With 8 1/2 acres of display and showroom, an inventory of over 1,000 vehicles, a state-of-the-art body shop, and complete parts inventory with 24,000 parts in stock, and under one roof at 104th and I-25. In addition, O'Mara operates Autoplex, a used car and truck reconditioning center, and a body shop specializing in 3 state-of-the-art downdraft paint systems that duplicate the original finish on cars and trucks. The O'Mara's history is a story of fathers and sons, each with their own formulas for operating the dealership. They attribute their success to a well-trained, long-term staff of 178 automobile sales and service professionals.
O'Mara's long-term tenured employees can be traced to the fact that we continually are educating our employees. We have high expectations for ourselves and our employees, and we keep our employees involved in the day-to-day operation of the dealership. Our employees many of them are involved in the standards teams, which determine the internal policy of the dealership, and focusing on total customer satisfaction. So with the employees involved in that, it is much easier for them to break down the problems and determine solutions to internal problems.
In addition to making the most of its people, O'Mara Ford has been successful in its advertising and marketing campaigns by drawing on its rich history and award-winning performance over the years. Bonnie Murray, O'Mara's spokesperson and an 18-year employee, tells us more about the company's long-term staying power.
O'Mara Ford Center's image is one of credibility, backed by an 80-year history that's very rich in customer service and satisfaction, that sort of thing. I write all of our stuff, but I gear it to whatever we're trying to sell at the moment, whether it be a truck or a car. I try not to be real cutesy with the ad. What I want to do is give them the facts, present it the way I see it. I want to be very honest about it, and it's given in my key, if you will, the way I speak. And I think it's very credible, and it lends real credence to our 80-year history.
O'Mara Ford's future looks as bright as its past, and O'Mara's commitment to Colorado and the community is as firm and strong as ever before in its 81-year history. After all, when you've been part of the spectacular growth and progress of a city and state over 8 decades, you have a right to take pride in the history of Colorado.
And then this could be taken out of context. It was pat myself on the back, very magnanimous. But I think we all have a duty to the people who work for us and with us and help us achieve what our own goals are. And in turn, you have to pay your dues and help somebody else do that sort of thing. So I look at some of these people with pride, you see.
And now, with a bustling Colorado economy and committed people providing consistent services for their customers, business continues just like it did when Al O'Meara Sr. sold Model Ts in downtown Denver. After all, it is service that counts.